Test. All right, we're good. Beantown Sports. I like the name. What's going on, my friend? Money, Mike, Madness. Hello, one and all. Hello, Mike. How are you, my friend? Mr. Mad, how you doing this evening? Mark, what's up? What's the over-under on home runs today? With you never know, Nick. And he's had 3 good starts in a row. I'm gonna say 3 homers for Nick. What's up, Spencer? What's up, Mr. Bob Dylan? Are they gonna make it? Are they gonna make what? The playoffs? I already made a video. I don't think so. I don't think so. What's up? Vaping. I go to the doctor tomorrow. Oh, no. Mike, I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully it's good news. I'm praying for you, my guy. I'm so sorry. Under over 12 strikeouts from Red Sox hitters. I think it'll be 11. We need a win. Could use a win. If you need anything, reach out, Mike. I put out my video saying the Red Sox season, they're done, they're cooked, right? This is it. After that match sweep, it really did feel like it was over. Somehow they've stayed in this race, and it is fun watching competitive baseball because I think playing competitive games in September has been fun, right? They have what, a 6% chance on Fangraphs. I think it's 6% right now. Let me see. Standing, playoff odds. Yeah, 6.4% chance of making the playoffs. They have lower odds than the Tigers. They have about the same odds as the Mariners. Royals are at 97%. Twins are at 85.1%. Orioles and Yankees. Yankees are 100%. Orioles are 99.8%. So it's like, even if they win tonight, like it'd be nice for sure, but man. How far back does my Sox knowledge go? That's kind of I don't know what you mean. Like if you asked me a question about what did the bullpen look like back in 2001, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Right, but there are things that I picked up as I've grown within the Red Sox fandom that I think I can understand. So I don't know how to answer that question, to be honest with you. Are you talking about when did I first start watching vaping? It probably 2007 is the first season I truly remember. Mass still works. What's up, Salty? What's up, Jeff? Dill, my friend, how you doing? Red hot Red Sox. I like it. I am happy Bobby Dahlbeck stayed in the Red Sox organization. I feel bad for him. You know what that means? That means every other team in Major League Baseball said, "Nah, I'm good." I really did think someone was going to pick Bob up on a flyer, and I'm really surprised they didn't, to be honest with you. Yeah, Mark, it's definitely not good. Why? If we win tonight and gain a game, I'll be sad, but happy that we won, if that makes sense. No, not really. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, I don't even if they gain a game tonight, which is going to be tough because the Twins, this is what I was talking about when we were making our video about the season being over. My biggest thing was it wasn't so much about how bad the Red Sox were playing because everyone else was playing really badly too. I think what really got me and made me say, hey, you know what? I think I'm done with the season is looking at it mathematically, right? Because the Twins, obviously, if you really want to, we could say, okay, as long as they're within 3 of the Red Sox, or as long as the Red Sox are within 3 by the time they face the Twins, they'd have to sweep them, but they could possibly do it, right? Problem with that is while the Red Sox would face the Orioles and the Yankees in 7 games, the Twins face the Angels and the Reds in 6 games. And they do have a 4-game set against the Guardians, so maybe something happens there. While the Red Sox, I believe, are playing the Rays. The path to the Angels going forward, or the path to the Twins going forward, winning this game tonight, winning 2 out of 3 games against the Reds, splitting or not crapping themselves in a series against the Guardians, and then coming to the Red Sox is a lot easier than the Red Sox getting within 3 against the Orioles, the Yankees, and the Rays. And that, to me, is what really sunk this season. Bobby Dalbec is actually better than Tristan Casas. Brutal. Oh, yeah, vaping. I'm nowhere near 80s or 90s. Denark already missed his start. He'll be fine, though. Space Marine 2. I don't even think I've ever heard of that. We got a couple of news items as well. We'll probably talk about this in one big video tomorrow. But we've got Roman Anthony, the number 1 prospect in baseball now, which is crazy, according to Baseball America. James Paxton's retiring, and they might shut down Liam Hendricks. Plus, Brandon Bernardino's on the IL as well with what they're saying shoulder inflammation. Casas is so bad, so dumb. So we got a whole lot to talk about. Okay, so this dude is a troll. I'm just glad they are playing at least 500 baseball. Some nights are hard to watch, but scoring 12 the other night was fun. Yeah, I think at this point it's just, can we get fun games, right? Is it CW? I was gonna try it tonight. I just didn't feel like getting a milkshake. (1977) and 1979, 3 seasons have been in top 10 of all time statistic wise. Are you talking about all of baseball? I think that's tough. I mean, you could probably name, and don't get me wrong, Jim Rice was a fantastic player, but you could probably name, I would say, at least 4 Barry Bonds seasons. You probably have a couple of Hank Aaron, a couple of Willie Mays. It's kind of tough. What's up, Tommy? I almost got tattooed by Carabas. Carabas was giving out tattoos. I couldn't go. With our new cat, I didn't want to leave him alone. Dude, vaping, I understand you're a Red Sox fan. I understand those were great seasons. I'm telling you. And I don't get me wrong, Jim Rice is a very underrated baseball player. There's a reason he's in the Hall of Fame, but 77 through 79, yeah, no, those aren't top 10 seasons of all time. I mean, they were big home run seasons. You had a really good slug, but then you go into Barry Bonds. Right, Barry Bonds from 90 to 93 had 4 seasons with higher production. 2001 to 2004 had higher production, so there's already 8 seasons with more production. Willie Mays, right? I would say his 54, 55 seasons were more productive. 57, 58. 64, 65 were more productive. Hank Aaron, 1959, 1963, 1969, 1971, right? Even a guy like Aaron Judge. right? Even Aaron Judge's 22 to 24 is a more impactful run than Jim Rice, unfortunately. Yeah, Carabas was giving out tattoos. I didn't know that. Manny Ramirez in Cleveland had 300 RBIs in 2 seasons combined. Yeah. Yeah, Mookie probably does too. Pujols absolutely has. I have a Red Sox half sleeve who's going to pay, and he was going to pay for me to get his auto and the Section 10 logo how to do it. That'd be pretty sick. Yeah, Jim Rice at 78 was great, but he's saying that's a top 10 season of all time. Right? I don't think it's top 10 season of all time. Like, I just named 15 seasons that were objectively more productive. All right. Well, let's put a Sox game on, see how they do, huh? No, the 3-year stretch. I've already named at least 4 3-year stretches that you have to put above it. 2 Barry Bonds, at least 2 Willie Mays, 1 Hank Aaron's, 1 Aaron Judge's. I'll keep going if you want, but I promise you, it's a great stretch. It's not a top 10 stretch of all time. So I keep getting copywritten on these, and I'm interested to see if it's the scoreboard or not. So I'm going to try and do that homemade score bug again tonight and see what happens. Have the eye test. The eye test is fine, but I'm sure people who saw Aaron Judge's last 3 seasons and also saw Jim Rice's 3 seasons would tell you it's more productive. 40 home run. Well, now you're just trying to, like, you can't really do that, right? That's why when you look at it, you say. That's why when you look at it, you look at OPS plus, right? Because that takes everything and makes it an even playing field. It takes everything you're doing and you're saying, hey, comparatively to any year, this is what he looked like in terms of what his production was at the plate. And for Jim Rice, there are a bunch of other people that beat him out. What was Jim Rice's WAR? What's up, Jackson? What was Jim Rice's WAR during that season? What do you say? 77 through 79. 5.4, 7.6, and 6.4 were 78 and 7 through 79. Again, Barry Bonds. I mean, we can keep naming. Jim Rice was a great player, but like 1955 to 1957, Mickey Mantle beat Jim Rice's everything on base percentage, average, OPS, OPS plus, maximum amount of home runs, maximum amount of RBIs, total bases he beat him in. He has 2 MVPs in that time span. He had an 9.5, 11.2, and 11.3 WAR. So, all right. So there's another guy we can add to the list of Barry Bonds, Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Mickey Mantle, Aaron Judge, Ted Williams. Even on the Boston Red Sox, right? You've got 1947 and 1949, and you could do it. We'll do it again in another year, so that's another 2. We'll go. Okay, there are 3 Ted Williams segments here you can pull it out of. 1940, 1941, 1942. He had better. The only thing he didn't have was 1 year he didn't have a better slug, and home runs are obviously less. 1946, he's better than everything in them. 47, 48, all 3 of those combined. Again, you want to look at WAR, 10.4, 10.5, the other stretch, 9.5, 8.3, 9. I mean, guys, what are we talking about here, right? Talk about Spike Owen. Hey, Corey, my mom said you belong in the booth. I don't think I could end up in a booth because I get way too emotional. I would get in trouble pretty quickly, I think. Not because of like swears or anything, because I haven't been doing swears for a while, but man, the second they start doing bad, I'm just pooing all over them. 1 second. What are we talking about? Someone claimed that 1977 through 1979, Jim Rice had a top 10 season or stretch of all time. And I was debunking it. I think Jim Rice was the first MLB player to get $2 million in salary. Not a bad payday. Yeah. Not too shabby. I think you're right. I think he was. All right, yeah, so we're going to bring the old score bug back because recently MLB has really, that's why if you'll notice I'm using pictures right now in my videos instead of video, because any single inch of video I put in there, they for some reason catch me on a monetization charge, which to me makes no sense. So we're going back to this, see if it changes anything. I don't know what they could possibly be. I genuinely don't know what they could possibly be mad about. MLB is so frustrating. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Happy Wednesday, Joseph. What's up, Daniel? Anthony's doing good. Anthony's doing better than good, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony's been better. I'm definitely on there. Yeah. And I don't know why, because I've been doing a lot different. I've been doing a lot of different stuff, right? Like I've been doing interviews. We've been doing videos with no video, right? I put in a video clip of stuff once a week and they still crash me on it. It's crazy. Nightbot is even in here? Are they even in here? I don't want to misgender them. Roman Anthony. Roman Anthony's doing better than good, folks. Roman Anthony is now the number one prospect in baseball. I was trying to figure out the last time we had a number one prospect was Andrew Benintendi, right? But before that, when was the Red Sox last number one prospect? How many times have the Red Sox had the prospect in baseball? Anthony is now one of just 3 Red Sox prospects to sit atop Baseball America's top 100 prospect list over its 35 years of existence. Outfielder Andrew Benintendi, like I said, held the honor in 2017, while Daisuke Matsuzaka was ranked in 2007. Interesting. Daisuke doesn't really count, though, so it's really just him and Benintendi, which is interesting. Which is really, really interesting because top prospects in the sport are so interesting to me because there's so many ways they can go, right? Dustin Pedroia, no, never got there. Yeah, 2007, never got there. Yeah, they love to punch down. I know. Could be backseat driving, making a stupid comment, but I have a look to see if there's some kind of. Oh, yes, I have, Jeff. Yes, I have. I've reached out to the PR team. I've reached out to the media relations team. I reached out to the social media team. I called MLB's front office. I've gotten no responses. It's crazy. What's up, Wes? I think at this point, to be honest with you, Mac, we are paying attention to the game kind of, But I think at this point, it's sort of become at this point in the season, it's just become a hangout, and then we have the game on in the background type thing. You know what I was planning on doing? I'll tell you guys this now. It never really came to fruition totally. But the idea was if the Red Sox were going to make a wild card, to have a live stream, live part, like an in-person live stream where I put my face in front of the camera and then you guys either sit behind me or in front of me and we all sort of do it together where people come up. We're going to do that at Mighty Squirrel in Boston. My favorite place to go, by the way, before and after games. But, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. There's a 5% chance. Have I tried to talk to YouTube? Yeah, YouTube has basically been like, yeah, we can't do anything. If they feel it's copywritten, it's copywritten. Sorry. So it's been an ongoing battle, but I don't know. I kind of like the look of the pictures with the statistics on it. I actually like that a lot. I don't know what you guys think. I'll probably put out a poll. I like the pictures. I think it looks kind of good, actually. But we'll see. We'll sort of see how that transpires in the future. I'd love to get back to clips, man. I think the clips make the videos look so much better. But I also, I got to try and make this a living. You know what I mean? What's up, AJ? It was fine. It was fine. Nick Pivetta got a couple of strikeouts. He also got. He walked a guy. I think that was it. No hits. Am I watching this in 4K? I appreciate that, Joseph. Thank you. I'm trying to. It's such a weird time, right? Because the Red Sox are stinking it up. Minor league videos in. Minor league videos. I've tried minor league videos. I could do. I don't know about bus, E. I think over the last couple of years, Gunnar Henderson's been really good. Bobby Witt Jr.'s been really good. Corbin Carroll had that. I think he was a number one prospect. I can't remember. But the last two number one prospects have been solid. Jackson Holliday is figuring himself out at the major league level, right? I wouldn't say. Yeah, I agree, Brent. I absolutely agree. What's up, Beast? Devers is back? Yeah, Devers is back in the lineup. He's actually been hitting pretty well. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Holiday looks overrated. It's been a half season, dude. It's tough to say that about a guy who's 20 years old, right? Christian Campbell. Christian Campbell appears to have hurt himself on the swing in this at-bat. The team has not yet announced what Campbell is dealing with at the moment. It does not look good, folks. Christian Campbell may have just genuinely hurt himself. Oh, team bus crashes. This is crazy. Yeah, Christian Campbell. I wish I could show you guys the video. Maybe if I just play it on Twitter without actually making it bigger, that won't get hit. I want to show you guys this. So you know what? MLB, do what you do, man. Like what? All right. Hold on. All right, here we go. Let me restart it for you. There's the swing. Watch him grab his shoulder when he walks off first base. Right here. Right there. Hopefully it's just a dead arm or something, but that didn't look good. I don't like that at all. Not one bit, folks. Not one bit. Do I watch soccer? No soccer. Gonna get demonetized. I didn't know how to show it to you guys without actually showing it. So you know what? Whatever. This will be like the 5th live stream in a row that gets demonetized. I was gonna go back to Polar Park Sunday. Yeah, I was planning on talking to him Sunday too. So this could be interesting. Talent's not there. No, the talent is there. It's just about consistency. They're a very talented team. Interview Bob. Mr. Money Mike Madness has almost been here for 20 months, folks. Can we get some claps in the chat for Mike? Thank you so much. That's incredible. He said, if Anthony and Teal were to be called up, do you think the Sox would make the playoffs? No. No, I don't think it's enough because even if they get called up and even if they are a spark, right, they still need to. Yeah, that was last year, Lynn. That's an entirely different team. We're talking about the 2024 Red Sox. The big guys still need to show up, right, and they still need to pitch. So I don't think so. I made my own channel and I'm trying to get big. Any tips? I think the biggest thing that I've learned over the last 2 years is do videos that you want to do. Don't make videos that you think will do well. Make videos that you want to make. Because at the end of the day, right, it's your stuff that you're putting out there. And people can tell, people can tell. People can tell because at times I've like this month has been, I'll be blunt with you guys. This month, what's up, Flanty, has been terrible. Views wise, interest wise, right? So you sit there and you think, okay, maybe I should really start doing something that I know is going to get views. But at the same time too, when that's the case, you sort of lose yourself a little bit. You sort of sit there and you say, you lose what you started it for. If you're starting a YouTube channel, you generally want to have a YouTube channel that succeeds. And I'm honestly nowhere close to being a truly successful YouTube channel, right? A truly successful YouTube channel is a guy like Robbie Hyde, who's doing this for a full-time living. But even he will tell you, look, you got to do stuff you're interested in. You got to do stuff you're good at. And you got to do stuff you want to do. Because if you don't do that, you're going to get burnt out. If all you care about are the views and the subs and the statistics behind the videos, you're 3 months in, you're going to give up. You know what I mean? Wong and Ref Snyder wouldn't make any playoff bound. Ref Snyder absolutely would make a playoff bound team. Oh, that was a real rough play there from Story. Great. What's up, Tracy? Rob Refsnyder would absolutely 1,000% be on a team. And he would start. He would start on the Yankees. He would start on the Orioles against lefties. He absolutely would. Just in and out of Story's glove. Brutal break for Trevor Story there. Fuzzy gets on your nerves. I love Fuzzy stuff. I really do. I understand. I think I could see why people would be kind of annoyed with it, but He does a fantastic job. He's got it down to a science. What's up, Jesse? He's got it down to a science, right? Yeah, kind of tough. Kind of tough time to start bashing Rob Refsnyder, to be honest with you. Story looks tentative. If we're being honest, I'd be a little tentative too. Dealing with stuff during yeah. COVID for baseball creators. I'm really glad I didn't create content over that time period. I was nervous. I was nervous because I started my channel. I'm an idiot. I started my channel in November of 2022. So this is my third full season doing this. Or no, I guess this is my second full season doing this. $5 super chat from I Am Beast. I'll get back to that in a second. Let's talk to I Am Beast. Quit some likes on that message, please. Definitely show your passion for the vids, my guy. And as a diehard, I appreciate it. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Was it 2021 November? Oh, yeah, it must have been because Kyle Schwarber was still. Yeah. I guess it would. Yeah, so 22, 23, 24. So this is my third full season doing Sox content. I'm an idiot. I started my channel, then November 2021. 3 weeks later, MLB lockout. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I don't know. Yeah, get some likes in there for I Am Beast. Can you see us trade for a name like Brent Rooker if we trade Massa for... First off, you're not going to be able to trade Massa for a starting pitcher unless you attach a Christian Campbell or a... You know what I mean? Secondly, Brent Rooker thing's interesting to me. I would love to have Brent Rooker on the Red Sox. I think that is sort of the exact bat you're looking for. The problem is, where do you fit him? Right? Where do you fit Brent Rooker on the Red Sox? Because he's more of a DH. You know, he's not great defensively. He's an outfielder by trade, I believe. If you can get it, maybe if you can figure out how to get him to work first base, maybe. I don't know. Third season at 13K, that's a huge dub. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but I appreciate that, man. Thank you. It always feels like there's a next level or step to reach in this game a little bit. But a $400 baseball card and then the lockout happened. I can't make profit. Yeah, you could put Brent Rooker at DH, but here's the problem with that, Beantown, right? And we talked about it a little bit on the we talked about it a little bit in the trade preview video or the trade prediction video, right? The way too early trade prediction video is if you get rid of Massa, the idea behind it is, okay, you know, you shed some salary, great. Let's move it to someone else, right? But the other part of it is now you have DH open. Now you can utilize that in terms of instead of just one singular DH as a rotational spot. And all of a sudden it becomes a lot more interesting, right? Because then you can fit a guy like Roman Anthony or a guy like Marcelo Meyer onto this team without actually having to trade anyone. You could fit Roman Anthony as your fourth outfielder if he's DHing 2 times a week. And then you're shuffling him in and out with the DH role with Duran, Rafael, and Abreu. You could do the same with Marcelo Meyer. You could even do the same with a guy like Christian Campbell or Vaughn Grissom, right? All of a sudden, the options for DH end up expanding a whole lot if you trade Masataka Yoshida. So if you were to trade him and bring in Brent Rooker, all of a sudden that goes away. Maybe you get more home run production. Fine, great, right? Obviously, the Red Sox probably are going to need a bit of right-handed home run production next year because they're most likely not bringing back Tyler O'Neill. But at the same time, too, you're sort of bringing one part of this equation and breaking it up and then sort of not filling the other part of the equation. Where's this Masa talk coming from? I think, and I personally, Jeff, I'm not a huge trade Masataka Yoshida guy. I really like Masa. I think, especially with the problems this offense has, and E has talked about this endlessly. You got to give him credit where credit is due here. Strikeouts have been killing this team, right? It's just been, yeah, E is defending his own position. But strikeouts have been a problem, and the one thing Masa does really well is he doesn't strike out. And Red Sox fans sit there and they say, DH needs to be, like Mac just said, DH needs to be a power hitter. This is a guy that needs to hit 50 home runs or 40 home runs. He needs to be a 30-plus home run guy every year, because for the last 15 years or whatever it is, 10 years now, 20 years, whatever, we've had David Ortiz, we've had JD Martinez. Those have been big home run, power hitting DHs, but that doesn't necessarily need to be the equation where you win, right? You can get that home run production from an outfielder, from a first baseman, from a third baseman, hell, from a shortstop, right? We're seeing that throughout baseball right now. So if Masa serves this role, he is valuable, regardless of how many home runs he hits. If he can help this team with probably their biggest problem on offense. Oh, Tyler, what are we doing? Their biggest problem on offense, which is the strikeout rate, I'm all in on it. Year 3 of doing YouTube, I'm at nearly 3K. Enjoy every accomplishment, man. Yeah, it's so easy, Jesse, to sit here on YouTube and it feels like every time you hit a accomplishment, it's like, okay, what's the next one, right? It's hard to sit there and just take a break and be like, man, wow, I can't believe I got here, right? Even at 10,000, the second I got to 10,000, I was like, hell yeah, I got here. How the hell do I get to 20, right? Do you hear that the Rogers Center has general admission in the front row? See, this is what I'm talking about, right? That was a good, solid at-bat. That's crazy, E. I would love that. If Fenway did something like that, that'd be awesome. Yeah, it is crazy, JL. Why does it feel like Nick Pivetta is always good in September? I think right now, specifically right now, I think it's because he's playing for a contract, right? He's a free agent at the end of the year. He's got to get himself either on a new team or back with the Red Sox. He's got to pitch well. And I think he knows that. Tyler O'Neill back too. O'Neill's really interesting to me because you look at it and you say, man, he's having the swing and miss is big, right? But sometimes you can deal with the swing and miss. The swing and miss if he's going to give you 35 home runs, right? And he's going to be out for 3 weeks, but when he's on, he's on. He's going to be that streaky hitter. He's going to be a guy who's hot and cold, but when he's hot, he's the best hitter on your team. Problem is you just don't really have room for him next year. You've got the number one prospect in the sport coming up. You've got Jarren Duran, who should be a top 5 MVP candidate. He's not. He should be. Cedon, maybe you can move him around on the infield a little bit. And then you've got Willier, who should be in the conversation for Rookie of the Year. I have COVID. I finally got out in my yard to throw some pitches. I'm sorry to hear that, Boston Sports. Hopefully you get better, man. Hopefully you get better. Wanting Casas to get traded? Yeah, I've seen that a lot. In my trade videos, in my off-season videos, it's like the number one thing people mention. I just don't get it. I really don't. Like, I don't know. I'm like, the arguments against Casas are just people who don't like his personality. Like, I saw one guy saying, like, the Red Sox don't like him because, or his teammates don't like him. And I said, no. You know what I mean? No. They definitely like him. Like, every person, even in AAA, right? When I was talking to guys in AAA, when when Anthony and Teal, when I was talking to them a little bit before the cameras turned on, I asked them, hey, what was it like having a guy like Costas, having Grissom here? And they were like, Costas cares so much about the game, about the team, even in AAA, right? He cared so much about winning. Right? Like, that's the type of guy he is. He's so meticulous. He's so particular about everything. Is Costas coachable? Yeah, I think Costas has made a lot of adjustments, especially defensively. He's made a lot of adjustments. 11th in payroll this year. Where are we in the standings? About where we are in the standings, maybe a correlation. Lynn, you could make that argument, but you could also say the Orioles have spent less, they're ahead of you. The Guardians have spent less, they're ahead of you. The Brewers have spent less, they're ahead of you. I'm trying to think of more teams above you in the standings that have the Twins spent less than you. They're ahead of you. I actually think the Royals are right around us. Could Story play second? Yeah, hypothetically could. Casas for Vladdy. See, the thing with Vladdy, though, is you get 1 year of control, then he's a free agent, right? So, and they have about the same ceiling, if we're being honest. Just one from the left, one from the right. Obviously, Vladdy is having a crazy year right now. But I think in general, you're talking about top of the line, best Casas, best Vladdy. It's going to be close. But you only get 1 year of control of Vladdy, and you get 5 more years of control of Tristan Casas. So, all right, Ethan, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, man. It's a process. You set goals, and you put the time into achieving those goals. When you put in the work and results, so props to you, man. I appreciate that, Jesse. Thank you. You will. Absolutely, you will. Am I going to do any more trade videos for starters? Yeah. We'll start talking probably towards the end of this month, actually. We're going to start talking a lot about off-season stuff. We're going to be diving a lot into off-season stuff. I don't know what we're going to be talking about quite yet towards the end of the year. I got to find a way to do that. I got to figure out what the best way to do that is. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Would I trade Duran for a top? You would have to. There are 2 people in this entire league that I would put Duran on the table for if I was the Red Sox. First one would be, yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. We got a new kitten, so we're gonna have old cat in here for a little bit. Yeah, let her in. All right. Sorry, guys. We got a 2-month-old kitten, so it's been getting up early. We can't really leave him alone with the new cat yet. What's up, Craig? I'm doing all right, man. How you doing? It's been a rough month. Must-win victory for the Sox. They want to gain any grounds. Look, man, at this point, I just want people to play well. That's all I want. I want good baseball. That's it. Oops. As I say that, some guy named E. Rivera just tees off on Nick Pivetta. I don't even know who that is. No, new kitten. Certainly not new kid. Probably AJ. Yeah, I saw that quote against Rafael Devers. I think they are. Is Liam Hendricks going to be shut down for the season? Sure looks like he might be. We'll talk about it. I'm thinking tomorrow because if they lose tonight, if the Red Sox lose tonight, I am not recapping this series. I'm done with series recaps if they lose, right? You guys don't want to watch them. I don't want to make them. It's not going to change the outcome of this video or of the it's not going to change the outcome of this season. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go over the Red Sox news, which will be Roman Anthony being the number one prospect, injuries, Liam Hendricks, all those guys. Gunner flies out. Yeah, I don't think it's Alex Cora that's going to lose us this game, for being honest. Sorry, cat drama. Cora's becoming Taylor Swift. Hey, if I became Taylor Swift, I'd be pumped. Jesse, it'll probably be. I mean, I talked about it predicting. I did a prediction of the Red Sox offseason in a video. That was called Way Too Early Predictions, Way Too Early Red Sox Predictions. I'll probably do what I want the Red Sox to do video. Probably once the season ends. Very early day. Paxton retiring? Yeah. No, we won't get anything for it. He's gonna retire after the season, so it'll have nothing to do with us. This team needs a right-handed hitting presence that can hit lefties and righties. Really, really good. I mean, if you take a look at Tyler O'Neill, you take a look at Rob Refsnyder. I mean, those are two guys who crushed lefties this year. Whoa, who are those two I'd trade Duran for? I would trade Duran for George Kirby. I would trade Duran for Tariq Skubal. That's it. And even then, it'd have to be a legitimate conversation, right? It would have to be a very legitimate conversation. You're talking about Jarren Duran right now is one of the top 5 players in the entire sport, right? B-WAR wise. Red Sox season is over video. Yeah, that was I didn't even write a script for that one. I think I just wrote down some statistics as to what was going on with the Sox. Man, guys, catch a fly ball. What are we doing? And then I rambled for like 15 minutes. How'd they score? A monster home run. No, it was just a solo home run. He's actually doing really well. He just struck out everybody else. Yeah, they kind of did, Tracy. If you really look at everything, like expectation wise, people thought they were going to get 65 wins, right? They thought they were going to be one of the worst teams in baseball. And then you add in the injuries to Giolito, to Story, that happened to Pivetta, whatever Rafi's been going through. O'Neill had some. Casas, obviously, right? You take a look at all those, and people who had 65 were all of a sudden were like, this team's not going to do anything. And then they battled through everything. I mean, they're above 500. I mean, are they at 500 now? They're at 500, I think. Are they going to be below 500 if they lose this game? I think they are, right? I would love to look, but MLB... Yeah, so they'll be at 500 if they lose tonight. It's frustrating. They exceeded my expectations. I thought that's a prime example, right? A lot of people thought 72 wins was going to be their max. If they finish with a positive record, they prove 85% of people wrong. I think the over-under was 77. So if they get 78 wins, they prove most people wrong. If Henry doesn't spend next season, will the fans finally boo them out of town? The fans could burn down Fenway Park. This ownership group's not selling this team, right? And that's a problem. We need to stop thinking, okay, how do we get the FSG to sell, and start thinking, how do we get FSG to buy? And the best way to get FSG to buy is to have seasons like this, right, where you show ownership that this team is worth investing in, that if you had made some legitimate investments this offseason, specifically in your starting pitching department, you are a playoff team. You are. It's quite simple. Yeah. It didn't even have to be above average baseball this year. They just need to play 500 baseball after they got to 10 wins, right? If they got to, and they stayed 10 wins above 500 until the last month of the season, and then had like 3 or 4 more wins than they did, that's a wild card team. So, I don't know. Three years in a row. Yeah. I mean, it has been 3 years in a row. And we talked about this, right? We talked about this. A lot of people immediately go and blame Alex Cora. Right? They go and they say, well, Alex Cora has been at the helm for these last 3 years, so it has to be Alex Cora who's the problem. But then you look at why the Red Sox collapse in each of these seasons, and it's completely different. It's completely different. You sit there and you say that 2022 was sort of, everyone just kind of gave up because you had Xander's last season, JD's last season, Evaldi's last season, Christian Vasquez got traded, right? They just sort of wanted to ride it out, and then we banned this guy. 2023, you relied strictly on veterans, old veterans, right? Not just regular veterans. Is there a moderator in here, Prodigy? Are you in here? And those guys just fell apart. And then this year you rely on the exact opposite. You go, okay, veterans didn't work. Let's go strictly youth. And the youth worked well for a while, but youth did what youth does, right? It went through bumps. It went through bruises. It went through a period of attempting to try to get themselves into a groove where they could play an entire 162 game season. And that's going to take bumps and bruises. That's going to take problems. And we saw that this year. And the Red Sox, because they were so youth oriented, because they're having problems basically all at the same time, this is what happens after the All-Star break. So you look at the 3 different scenarios and you say, well, this is interesting, right? This is different than what we've seen before. And so you could sit there and you could say, man, Alex Cora's got a track record of losing in the last couple of seasons, and you're kind of right. But also it's for completely different scenarios. Biggest all-or-nothing team in baseball? Yeah. Best thing about this season is Tanner Houck. I think Houck, yeah. I think Houck has to be the biggest. Looking at sort of what we made a video on whether or not he'd be a starter or a reliever, right? So I don't know. Yeah, and when he had a competent roster, you saw what happened, right? 21, competent roster. They're in the playoffs. 2018, they're the best team in baseball. I think it's just so hard for me to sit here and blame Alex Cora for all the problems. I do think there's some valid criticism when you want to talk about, hey, maybe there's points where he's overanalyzing, but you know what I mean? There's only so much you can do. At some point, Alex Cora has to overmanage this team to get it to continue to move. Yeah, I would say Criswell was a surprise. I think you could put him in the surprise category. Absolutely. I remember being heated he was in the rotation. So I think that's a big one. Bring back Trader Dave. Yeah, again, I say this all the time, constantly, right? A manager is only able to utilize the tools that he is given, right? And for a while, you can get a lot more out of those tools. Imagine you're trying to unscrew a screw that's a Phillips head, but you're using a flathead screwdriver. You can make it work for a little bit, but then you're going to strip the screw. That's just how it works, right? And so that's what you're kind of seeing with this Red Sox team. And to some degree, it's impressive that you made the flathead screwdriver work in the Phillips head screw for as long as you did. Oh, I absolutely agree, Jesse. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I also think they've swung very too much towards analytics. That's why they wanted Heim to create a Tampa Bay and Boston. The idea of Tampa Bay and Boston is interesting to me because while Heim was here, he also handed out contracts to Story, Massa, really just Story and Massa in terms of big deals, right? Those are deals you would never see. What's up, Robbie? You would never see. Hey, Robbie, can you do me a favor? There's a couple of guys in here who trolling with Osama bin Laden accounts. If you see them, just hide the user from the channel, please. That'd mean a lot. Thank you. I don't know. I forget where I was. I saw Robbie and totally spaced out. Oh, analytics. Right. The problem. Thank you so much, Robbie. The problem with saying they're over analytical is every team in Major League Baseball is over analytical, right? That's just the way the game has gone. Players are getting paid now on obscure analytics that we just don't have access to. Right? Guys are getting extended and you're like, well, that's interesting, but it's like, here's the reasons why. Guys are getting more money than you'd expect, and here's the reasons why. I think it's more so the Red Sox were catching up with the rest of the league. We talked about this a little bit when Chaim Bloom was fired, but when Chaim Bloom was fired, something that really came out that had there we go. Hey, a little luck. Hell yeah. That's what the Sox needed right there. That's all the Sox need. A little luck. So anyways, back to the analytical, right? But when Chaim Bloom was fired, one of the things that came out was one of the big things he did outside of the roster construction of the teams he was in charge of was what he did for the system itself. And that was get the Red Sox on par analytically with the rest and the best teams in Major League Baseball. The Dodgers, the Braves, those guys have big analytics department, and the Red Sox had one of the smallest in Major League Baseball. So what Chaim was tasked with was getting the Red Sox up to speed. And I know Red Sox fans, we sit here and we say, what are we doing? Right? We know the formula that works. It's worked 4 times in the last 20 years, and next year it'll be 3 times in the last 20 years, which is crazy, by the way. But either way, we know it works, right? But at the same time, too, the game is so much different. 20 years ago to now, even 2007, even 13, 10, 11 years ago. It's totally different. And so you could sit here and you could say the Red Sox are getting too analytical. Some people point to it and they say it's not analytical enough. Corey used to have the ability to deviate from it. Yes. And I agree with that. I think recently it's been interesting how Alex Cora has really stuck to the analytics a lot. And sometimes it works out great. Other times it doesn't work out at all. And I'm curious as to why that shift has been made. It's weird how this team is so far behind in the wild card. There's no way we're worse than the Royals. We're definitely worse than the Royals. Tigers, yeah. The Tigers just have a better pitching staff. Same with the Mariners, right? They're being held up by their pitching, and it's working really well. I think Roman Anthony gets called up for next year or makes the opening day rosters. I think Roman Anthony plays for a spot on the team out of spring training. I think he does. He's just too good. Sorry, guys. My cat's fought tonight. I got to go grab my cat. I'll be right back in a second. Sorry, everybody. I feel bad. They got into a fight. Sorry. What's up, Dennis? Swear the first time you seen it? I've been using it for a little bit. One of our previous members, I haven't seen him in a while actually. He made that for us. Pivetta gave up a home run. Oh yeah, Pivetta gave up a home run. Is our cat still sick? No, he's so we've been having stomach issues for the first week that we had him. Hi. Oh, sorry. Top of the fourth. So yeah, cat's name is Scoops, named after Rafael Devers. Yeah, he was sick for the first week we got him, and then he's gotten better, thank God. But he's still sort of getting over it, so we've been getting up early with him. It's been a long week of having a cat. What up, Prodigy? How was that? Sounds cool. So sick of watching the Twins lose. It's impressive how little all of these teams want to make the postseason. Everyone's losing right now. I agree with that, E. I think I think Cora gets the most out of his players. He's a player's manager. And again, there's only so much you can do, but nice play, Trevor. Having Trevor Story back at shortstop is so comforting. Yeah, so Tracy, what ended up happening is the place that we got him from, they were giving him tainted food, basically, and it gave him a ton of stomach issues. We thought it was parasites, so we had to keep him separated for a full week, and that was just miserable. And then they cleared it, and they were like, yeah, the food you've been giving her is tainted, so. Yeah, CW, it's basically the same thing. Kind of contract Pivetta gets, I don't think it'll be a big one, man. I would expect Pivetta to get like a 2-year deal, right? Maybe a 2-year deal, maybe a club option or something after that. I mean, I don't know how you get a big contract after the year he's had, right? He's consistently inconsistent. He's been consistently inconsistent his entire career. Not to cross sports, he's like Eric Spoelstra of baseball. He gets the best out of his players. Yeah, I think that's kind of the same thing. It's a very similar situation. That makes sense, Prodigy. Sorry, cat. She's playing. There's this like little catnip ball we got her. No one cares about my cats. But anyways, maybe we put Valdez in a trade package. Yeah, I think they could. You're just not going to get a lot for him. To be honest with you. Like, he's not going to be worth a ton, right? Second base should be interesting next season. In my opinion, if we're being honest, I don't know. I think second base right now goes to Christian Campbell. I think you have to. Unless he's obviously big injured here. That could be a problem. If not, it's Vaughn Grissom, right? You got two solid options in AAA right now for next season. So I think you do have some solutions. It just depends on which one works out. I'd rather Fitz over Pivetta. I like Fitz a lot. I just don't know if he's going to have swing and miss stuff enough at the big league level to be an everyday starter. Wong and Hamilton on this team next year. Campbell can play shortstop. Campbell can play center field. Campbell can play second base. He can also play third base. He's got a lot of versatility. That was a good bunt. Trevor Story is very good at shortstop. Yeah, Roman Anthony is the top prospect in baseball, according to Baseball America. Can we be tried in left field? I mean, the problem is where are you going to put him, right? Are you going to put him there over Duran, Willier, Cedon, or Anthony? I wouldn't. If Boston signs any top pitcher, Pivetta has got to be surplus then. I agree. Pavetta's also a free agent, right? So the question becomes, is your focus going to be on bringing Pivetta back, or are you going to focus on trying to improve that spot? The answer should be very clear. It should be you are trying to improve that spot. With all the infield you have coming up, does Story get brought up in trades? I think Red Sox fans are going to put Story in a lot of trades. I don't think he gets traded. I just don't think his value is worth giving him up. Again, it's sort of like the Sale thing, right? If you're going to trade him, you're going to have to take on most of his contract. And it's not Chris Sale where you got 1 year left. It's Trevor Story where you got, I think it's 3 years, right? I don't think he's a free agent until 2027. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. But I do think his name gets brought up a lot, not by rumors, but by fans. He could be Robbie, or you could win the job, right? And they find somewhere else to put Christian Campbell, or Christian Campbell ends up being the big piece they trade. I don't think that's the best idea, but especially with the right left matchups you got in the future for the Sox, but. That's the question. You all right? Yeah, you got scratched pretty good, huh? Man, she is not happy. You do better than Pivetta? Agreed. Uh-oh. Moss, all right? That was an ugly swing. Burns or Snell? I don't love the idea of Snell. I don't like. It's nothing against him. Even this offseason when I was talking about him, he just makes me so nervous in Fenway. Burns would be the dream, right? Burns would be the absolute dream. Don't think it's going to happen, though. I think it'll be through a trade. I would agree with that, Dennis. Prove it deal with an option. I think someone picks up Pivetta. I mean, he's decent. If you're a team, the problem with Pivetta, right, is you've relied on him to be essentially a mid-rotation starter over these last 2 years specifically. If you're a team like the Mariners or the Braves or the Dodgers or even the Rays to some degree, and you can have Nick Pivetta sort of be that 5th, 6th starter for you. He's a decent 5th or 6th starter. Problem is, I'm assuming he's going to want mid-rotation money because that's what he's been with the Red Sox. He's been declining a bit. To be honest with you, Dennis, I really don't care. Right? The dude, even in decline, is an under 4 ERA. If that's what you're going to get for 6 years on a contract, or even the first 4 years of a contract in the last 2 years, he's fine. I'm taking that all day. I mean, his FIP is 368 this year. His ERA is what, 312? And people are like, man, he's having a bit of a down year. That'd be the best pitcher on the Red Sox by actually, it'd be the second best statistical pitcher on the Red Sox behind Tanner Houck. But even then, right? We're the Massa haters now. Yeah, you're taking that every day for the next 5 years, taking that all day. Next beginning of next season, Alex. What's up, headphone dog? How are you, my friend? Red Sox had the highest payroll in major leagues by $25 million in 2018. I think we forget that. I don't think anyone forgets that. I actually think that's constantly brought up. Right? I think that's one of the most brought up topics in the entire world when it comes to spending. I mean, yeah, you simply just get Corbin Burns. You go into next year. The cracked door instantly gave me anxiety. Sorry. We had a very cranky cat in here tonight, so I left the door open so she could get out to go to the bathroom and whatnot. Okay, so you simply get Corbin Burns. Your rotation going into next year is Burns, Houck, Giolito. I always want to say Gilbert. I don't know why. Giolito, Bayo, Crawford. I mean, come on. Right? That is a legitimate Hall of Fame now. Playoff contending team. No, they probably aren't, which sucks. Sucks a lot. Pressure off Bayo is a great idea. Yeah, absolutely. Require John Henry paying a pitcher. Good point. Great point. Nah, he didn't. Did he? Nah, he didn't. Yeah, Yamamoto signing talk. I still think there's more to that story, man. I really do. People are saying there's no way they offered him. What did he end up getting? Over $300 million? There's no way they offered him over $300 million, but I don't think they were like the conversations that have been had. It doesn't sound like they were too far off. I think they just didn't understand the market, which scares the hell out of me. He's not changing. I mean, Cutter's been good, actually. Real good in his last 6 starts. He's definitely made adjustments. Jack. Had a baby story. Yeah, Cutter's had what, 5 starts in a row? He's had solid outings. I think it's been 5. It might even be 6. Let me see. All right, his last, we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go 5. Or we'll go 6. He's at 4.15 with a 4.01 ERA. What if we do 5? There we go. 3.68 ERA with a 4.34 FIP. That's, I mean, again, the problem is you're expecting these guys to be top 10, right? You're expecting these guys to be best pitchers in baseball because that's where they are in the rotation. If you sit there and you say, okay, if Cutter can give you a 4-ish ERA out of the 5 spot in your rotation's in a really good spot. Nice hit, say Don. Let's go. 2-1, huh? Thoughts on Patriots being Super Bowl contenders? Hey, keep winning one game at a time. Norwegian forest cat? I don't know what the hell this cat is, if we're being honest. How do I think Gio? I think Gio will be a bit better of a Pivetta. That's what I'm hoping for. Oh, beating a Super Bowl contender. Oh. I thought you said being. I thought it was pretty cool. I just watch the games for fun, man. I really, like, I'm so uninformed when it comes to Patriots. Cats are 96% Tiger. Interesting. Banner Night TD Garden. Man, that's got to be coming up, huh? Yeah, basically, what's up, Dave? Basically, I think Giolito will be a better Nick Pivetta, which in my opinion is exactly what he needs to be. Have him be a round 4, hopefully sub 4 ERA. Make 32 starts. That's all you need. That's what he's supposed to do this season. "2018 we're destined for greatness." Yeah. Wow, that's crazy, Jesse. I can't believe, man. It feels like just yesterday that parade was happening, huh? Yeah, the controllable young starting pitcher is, I think, the way they go. I mean, they have all the tools to get him. They have all the tools to get him. Come on, guys. Can we get a big hit with runners in scoring position, please? I'm just going to stop doing top and bottom, and we're just going to do that. Actually, we'll do. Let's do that. Because I'm not going to be able to stay on top of it. I'm just curious to see if this is the difference between monetization and non-monetization for those of you who have just stopped by. Yeah, man, the offseason is going to be so interesting. Yeah, it was an incredible run, actually, Jesse. That was the first time in a long time I've been legitimately focused on basketball. It was fun. I think that at the same time the Sox were doing well, right? Like, it was like everyone was like, man, it's all clicking at once. Everything's going well. No. We almost have to trade. I agree. Miller and Wu, yeah. The problem is the Mariners don't really want to get rid of them. Did feel a bit like 2018, actually. No, look, I don't expect John Henry to allow Craig Breslow to do anything. I think at some point you have to do something. And I think at the same time, too, like Breslow's going to be in charge of the trades. So, like, Henry simply cannot hamstring a trade for. Like, I don't think they're going to sign anyone big. I think they're just going to do. I think they're going to make a trade. Yeah, the Mariners have to do something. Yeah. No, not really, Tracy. Unless you want to turn what's his name, Mason Miller, is that it, into a starter, and I don't love that with his control. Uh, Twins and Royals both winning. So basically, Willier, Fitz, Zonatello for Crochet. I really don't love Crochet. I really don't love Garrett Crochet. Yankees are losing. Yeah, great. Maybe we'll only end up 9 games behind them. Crochet scares the hell out of me, man. Whoa. I don't see a world in which Crochet works out for the, like, with the Red Sox luck with starting pitchers, man. Crochet being so injury prone, Crochet having such a bad second half, Crochet having, demanding he be extended if he wants anyone to pitch him in the postseason. I don't love that. Nationals, yeah, they do actually have a couple of guys. I wonder if they take a flyer on like a Mackenzie Gore, who I think has been awful this year, but I think he was what, he was a top pitching prospect in baseball, wasn't he? I think that's right. Yeah, he's not been good in Major League Baseball, though. That's a problem. He's about his best year so far. 367 FIP. He's just letting a lot of people on base. His hits per 9 are crazy. 10.1. They have that guy, what? Kyle Finnegan? Is that his name? Trading for Crochet is more feasible than us signing Burns. Yeah, probably, but I just don't love the idea of Crochet. Yeah, Whitlock being back healthy will help. I think, especially in the bullpen. Nice pick, Casas. What happened to the MLB score bug? I keep getting demonetized in these live streams for no reason. So I'm going to try this and see if I don't get demonetized. Would I trade the farm for Mookie? Not at this point, I don't think. That was a great play by Casas. Yeah, trades to me are the more interesting part of this offseason for the Red Sox. I mean, unless they go out and they get a Max Fried or a Corbin Burns, I don't know. Crochet is extremely talented. I think. I don't want to say this about Crochet because I know it'll be wrong eventually, but you look at Crochet and he's had a great one half of a season. That's it. Right? In the past 3 or 4 seasons, he's been injured in every single one of them. He's been out of the bullpen in every single one of them. This is the first year as a starter, and it's been fine, but then you run into a fatigue issue. So, yeah, he's talented for sure. The questions, though, are still there, right? It's not a question of talent. It's a question of, is he going to be willing to play for this team in a big moment if he's not extended? Is he going to stay healthy for multiple seasons to come? Is he going to end up... I don't know why Williard threw that to first, by the way. Is he going to end up running into any of the fatigue that he's had already? I don't know. I don't love that. Jeff, dude, he's playing against guys who couldn't crack it in Double-A. Can we cut the crap with the Mexican League champion? I mean, seriously. It's absolutely ridiculous that we're still talking about this guy. He's clearly not coming back. Can we just move on? I mean, why do we need to have some sort of campaign for him every single live stream? Why do we need to have a campaign for him? There's younger, better pitchers out there. Yeah, great. He's dominating 28-year-olds. I mean, Robinson Cano's in that league, dude. That's the competition you're talking about. It's always low. I would turn up the volume. My stuff's already all the way turned up. I think if you just turn up your phone a little bit. The dude's playing with 48-year-old Robinson Cano. No crap. No crap, this dude. Like, that's just absolutely flat out ridiculous. Playoff percentages, 5%. Yeah, exactly, Jesse. I mean, that's the level you're playing with. I don't understand why everyone needs to campaign for this dude. Like, there's other pitchers the Red Sox could get who have had successful experience in Major League Baseball and not against 15-year-olds. Trade Abreu. AJ Minter reboot is the guy I want the Red Sox to focus on bullpen-wise. A reliable left-handed reliever is absolutely somebody the Red Sox should go after. I can't believe we're having this conversation in September. I really can't. Like, I just don't get why people can't let it go. Tim Tebow? Yeah, give that dude another shot. Can Fitz be the fifth guy in the rotation next year? Fitz, it's going to be an interesting conversation because if Fitz, I think has the ability to, he has the ability to be the number 5 starter, but I think, and this is nothing against Fitz, if Fitz is the number 5 starter for the Red Sox coming into 25, they didn't do enough. Right? They're doing the same thing again where they're relying on youth. Let Fitz sort of play it out a bit and then see where he fits on the team as opposed to putting him in that number 5 role and expecting him to be a number 5. Does that make sense? Don't like the Abreu talk. Dude is in contention for Rookie of the Year. Why would we trade a guy with that production? Yeah, it's an interesting conversation, right? Because then who do you trade, right? It is absolutely a bad option, Jeff. Because if you're like, oh, well, just give them the league minimum. Okay, then you're missing out on guys who have actually produced in Major League Baseball in the last few years and not against 58-year-olds. Right? People won't let it go because people think they need to stand for something. Like, this is just something you can let go. right? It has nothing to do with the money attached to him. It has to do with the opportunity cost and the media circus and the dumb and the talent behind it that's just simply not worth it. So it's like, oh, why can't we let it go? Because he's good. No, he was good in a COVID season where they played 60 games with spider tack. He's good because he's playing against 58-year-olds in Mexico City. It is absolutely nothing to do with the money attached to him. Like, oh, let's take a chance on that guy. You know who else did that? Sal Romero. You remember that guy? No, probably not, because he was playing in the Mexican League. They said, hey, that guy's doing well in the Mexican League. Let's bring him over to Major League Baseball. He got crushed in AAA. In Japan, great. Look at the rest of his roster. He had an ERA in the twos in Japan. It was the fourth worst ERA on his entire team. The entire team had a better ERA than him. It's just such a ridiculous conversation. Like, just let it go. Let this dude be a YouTuber. He's making a ton of money that way. Yeah, I think it's sitting low 90s, Jesse. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. When's Priester's MLB start time? Honestly, I have no idea. Trade Von Grissom for what? CH. What are we trading Von Grissom for? What's the purpose and what are you getting? It was very smooth, Dave. Oh, Mark, can we not do this tonight, dude? In a package for pitching. Again, why and who? Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with Priester. Do I have faith Priester in do you have faith in Priester and what percentage? You know, Mr. Mad, you got 3 days left of giving me this much, or 3 games left giving me this much money, including tonight. So thank God. I don't feel bad every time you give me the money, but I genuinely, man, I don't know how you do it. I don't know why you do it. I can't thank you enough for it. Truly incredible. He says 73 for the wins, 7 for the cat. Wow, Misty, you're making me more money. Red Sox ownership doesn't have to do anything so long as there are seats in the top 3 highest price in baseball. It's got to be up there. People, I'm going to say people. We'll keep going to Fenway to do the Fenway experience and do the wave while the Sox are down 8-1. That drives me nuts. I hate the wave too. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But can we get some claps? Can we get some likes on that message? Can we get a ton of love for Mr. Matt in the chat? Because this dude is unbelievably generous with his time and with his money for this channel. And I can't thank you enough. Yeah. The only thing I could do is go into this offseason and treat it like they may spend money. Because if I treat it like they aren't going to spend money, this offseason is going to be boring, right? And maybe it is boring. Maybe they surprise us. I don't know. But if I go into this offseason saying, man, this offseason is going to suck, this whole offseason is going to suck because the videos we make aren't going to be entertaining. The videos we make aren't going to be fun. So I'm going to treat it like this could be a big offseason, and we'll see what happens. Second baseman of the future. Peter, I think there's a chance of that. I really do. Okay. Do I have faith in Priester? If you do, I do have faith in Priester. I think the talent is there. I think the age is interesting, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if they gave him a year, a half a year in AAA next year to really get himself figured out. But I do have faith. I would say I have a pretty decent amount of faith here that the Red Sox come out of this as legitimate winners of that trade. We'll see. We'll see. But I really like his stuff. I like his age. I like his approach. I like his mindset a lot. We'll see. Do I think Yoshida will get traded? I think he's going to be in a lot of conversations. Yes. Yeah, Pivetta does get a ton of strikeouts. Gut feeling in a good way about Priester. Yeah, I think Priester's a great pitcher. When we talked to him on the channel, and even outside of the conversation we had for the channel, I mean, this dude looks at the game the right way. He's got the right attitude. I really think this is gonna be a guy. What do I think Nick York will do? I think Nick York will be a pretty solid everyday regular, especially on a team like the Pirates where they can afford for him to take his bumps and bruises during a season. And I really think I've always had faith in Nick York. I still have Nick York's card up there somewhere. But yeah, I have faith. I have faith that Nick York will be a legitimate big leaguer at some point. To what degree? I don't know, but I do think at some point. Yeah, Campbell did. I think Grissom also did as well. Robbie, excited to see next season. Our youth is coming fast. Yeah. York still friends? No. I only talked to him a couple of times. Super nice guy. Definitely super friendly, but I doubt he remembers my name. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they do trade Yoshida. What's it going to be? I wouldn't be opposed to the Red Sox taking on some of that contract too. Look, Luis Castillo, one I mentioned in the video, would be perfect, right? You'd have to attach money or bigger prospects to it, man. No. It's sort of like for those of you who are like, oh, you must be good friends with these guys. It's sort of like what do I have on my forehead? Cat hair. It's sort of like you meet with a coworker at work, right? Or you're doing a project with a coworker at work, right? Where we're friendly while you're doing it, and then you just sort of go your separate ways. So no, I would say the friendliest I'm with is Fitz. I think Fitz knows me on a name basis. Appreciate that, Jesse. Yeah, that has been the highlight of my season. I think is getting access and being able to talk to some of these prospects firsthand. I think people are kind of sick of the prospect videos as they haven't been doing well lately. I just put out the Kyle Teal interview that has not been going well. But I really love them, so I'm going to keep doing them. Thoughts on my friend Casas? I think what we're seeing right now is a guy who hasn't played baseball in 5 months, right? And that's what we're seeing. Yoshida's defense in Japan was slightly below league average. They should pay Swayman, dog. My opinion, your opinion is my opinion. Yeah, I think York will never be like a MVP candidate or a top WAR conversation player, but I think he's gonna be that kind of guy that just sort of I'm trying to think of a solid comparison to make for what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to go through players that have been with the Sox for a while. He's like Pedroia. No, he's not. He's not Pedroia level. That's for sure. He's got a very similar attitude though. Um, Marco Scudero, maybe, right? Because I don't think he's more of a utility guy. I think he will stick a little bit at second base. I'm just trying to maybe like a Jed Lowry. Ben Zobrist. I don't think that's a bad comparison. Yeah, Ben Zobrist isn't bad. Um, go down to high A. I don't have the PTO to go down to the Carolinas and follow some of these guys up through. To be honest with you, reboot. I'd love to do it. I just don't have the ability to get down there. It's too far. Pokey Reese, maybe, right? Agreed, Prodigy. He looks good tonight. He's looked good as lad. This will be 4 starts in a row. Nick Pivetta makes a solid start. I'm not gonna get into that, dog. Dave Roberts. Yeah, you too, Jesse. Thanks for stopping by, man. I'm looking forward to watching the reaction to my video. Yeah, maybe, Mark. So maybe it does. Maybe it does sort of even out to Pokey. I'm just trying to think because, like, I do think Nick York will be a solid, around like a healthy Christian Arroyo is where I like. Remember Christian Arroyo would have these stretches, right, where he was healthy and he would be hitting really well and it'd be around league average. It'd be around league average defense, right? And he's a solid player that you can plug in. I don't know. Oh, you're kidding. There's Willie doing his thing, man. Willie Abreu. He's a great fielder. Willie Abreu is a great fielder. This is the problem is the Red Sox, whoever the Red Sox are going to trade, where's Arroyo now? Honestly, I don't even know if he's in baseball. What's up, Joe? Well, I hope you feel better, my friend. Let me see where Christian Arroyo is. I don't think he got big league time this year. Yeah, he doesn't have any big league time. Looks like he's with the Brewers. Let me see. He spent 34 games with the Brewers. Did not do well. I think he retired. But like if you look at it, right, 2022, Willie Abreu is kind of where I'd put Nick York. 103 OPS plus, maybe a little bit more home run potential. But you get a guy who can play the field, who can hit around 103. Looks like he's still playing in the minors. He might have been. I think he was injured. Yeah, it looks like he was injured and then he played, or he's playing now. No, he's not that old. I'm surprised. Yeah, I think it was an injury. Luis Urias. Yeah, it was tough. Didn't he just get called up to the majors, Pablo? I'm still kind of glad they got rid of Pablo Reyes. I liked him for a while, but I'm taking Romy every day of the week, I think. He's an 868 OPS in the minors. Reyes does. I wonder what he has. I don't want to pull up Fangraphs because it's going to absolutely crash my computer, but we're going to try it. Pablo Reyes. Minor leagues. With the Mets, hit 285 with a 362 on base percentage and a 478 slug. Good for a 117 OPS or WRC plus. Not terrible. Not great, but not terrible. Yeah, I think Romy was the right call there, I think. Duran's a very easily tradable player, Robbie, I think for sure. A lot of teams would jump at the opportunity to have a Duran. What's up, Skylar, on their team, especially in the leadoff spot. I think what he did this season makes him a really valuable trade piece. The question, although what I will say to your question of whether or not it's easier or harder, for the Red Sox, it becomes a lot harder, right? I mean, that was the story, really the story of 2024, especially with the team just sort of crumbling right now, is how do you let go of a guy like that, right? And that's why I say when we're talking about Duran, I don't think they trade him unless it's for two players, right? And we're talking two Cy Young candidates in Pablo Reyes, good lord, in George Kirby or Tariq Skubal. And anything else, the value just isn't there. Worth more than anyone we could trade for? Well, I mean, yes, if we're looking at it just purely statistically, you're right. Unless you want to trade Duran for like Aaron Judge or Juan Soto or Jose Ramirez or Bobby Witt Jr., right? But when it comes to whether or not it's worth more, the question becomes now, is it worth more to have a starter, a Cy Young contender, or a all-star center fielder with, and you got to remember, with the number one prospect in Major League Baseball right on the verge of coming up. So yes, on paper, the values are way better, but also you look at it and you say, well, I mean, in terms of value for the Red Sox, yeah, there could be more valuable. It could be a more valuable asset to have a Tariq Skubal or a George Kirby, right? I don't want it removed from the team. I don't want Duran gone. I'm just saying I think Red Sox fans should start thinking of the possibility that they do use him to trade for a frontline starting pitcher. And it better only be for those two guys. I don't see it happening, but I think it's a conversation. Trade for Paul Skeens. We will give you all four of our top prospects for Paul Skeens. Have to trade Duran? You don't have to trade Duran, no. You just have to make room somewhere else. And then the problem becomes exactly what you dealt with this year, right? Is you have to hope and pray that these guys who are replacing him end up producing to the level that you need to get to replace him, right? You need to have Roman Anthony be a legitimate frontline rookie of the year contender. You need to have Christian Campbell come up here and be a frontline top of the road or top of the order. Right? So I don't know. I don't like the idea of trading Duran, but I do think it's a possibility. Appreciate that, Dennis. Thank you. I think Duran is the piece. If removed, you get a game-changing pitcher. If you move Abreu, you don't get back for what you lose. I I also think if this is a guy that ends up top 2 in Rookie of the Year voting, which he really should be, is if he declines in performance, no. Right? The reason you would trade him now is because he's at the peak of what he's ever done in Major League Baseball. Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's the thing you have to take into consideration. You're trading a known for an unknown. That's why, to me, it's much easier to, part with a guy like Wilyer Abreu than Jarren Duran, because in my opinion, Wilyer is also a bit of an unknown as well, right? He can produce this year, but what is his sophomore season going to look like? We've only seen 1 year out of him. CH, I cannot wait for Grissom to prove you wrong, dude. He walks home from games. Interesting. Yeah, Costas a really nice guy. He was so mediated out by the time I got there, and he still took a time to really come in and have a legitimate conversation with me, right? It was like a 8-minute conversation about just random crap, and he really took the time. It's like Mookie. I don't like the Mookie to Duran comparisons because I think Mookie was an entirely different player. All right, like when you traded Mookie, he was how old? When you trade Mookie, he was just 26, right? And he was coming off of, I would say, 2019, obviously not the best season he ever had, but a really dang good one, right? And then a year ago, 2018, he had one of the best seasons in recent memory. And then 2016, 2017 was one of the best players in Major League Baseball as well. I mean, look at just the MVP finishes for his first 4 years here before he got traded. 5 years, really. 2015, MVP 19th. Not great, but he still had a 117 OPS plus. He was still playing incredible Gold Glove defense. 2016, second in MVP voting with an All-Star, with a Gold Glove, and a Silver Slugger. 2017, sixth in MVP voting, Gold Glove, All-Star. 2018, obviously one of the best seasons we've seen from a Red Sox period. All-Star, won an MVP, won a Gold Glove, won a Silver Slugger. 19, All-Star, MVP, 8th, Gold Glove, Silver Slugger, right? I mean, you're talking about essentially 5 years of dominance in Major League Baseball. Duran is great. Don't get me wrong. Duran's having a historic season. This isn't a knock on Jarren Duran, right? But this season has been fantastic. Last season was really good too. I think people forget that he got injured, so people forget it. But before that, right? You're talking about, a season he didn't do well. His first season he didn't do well, right? This is really the first season you're seeing the emergence of Jarren Duran, and you're talking about 27 years old, right? And again, we could go through and compare year to year sort of what Mookie and Jarren Duran did, but Mookie is a generational, once-in-a-lifetime talent that still haunts us to this day. Duran has been generational this season, but he's also 27. This is his first full season in Major League Baseball. This is also the first season, well, I would say the second season he's really been a legitimately productive, incredible player. They're completely different players, and I really don't like the idea of, I really don't like the idea of people saying this is the next Mookie Betts. Would I give 250 or more to sign Soto? Try 500 million. Yeah, it's a really tough comparison to make. It's hard to sit there and say this is going to be Mookie Betts level traumatizing to the Red Sox, especially when you look at the situations where they got traded in too. Mookie got traded and it was like, okay, well now what do you do? Right? How the hell do you replace this guy? And again, we're talking about trading a known quantity for an unknown quantity. I get that. But you also have the number one player in baseball, number one prospect in the entire sport, ready to come up, right? You have somebody that you could say, if you trade Duran, this is who you're getting. So, I don't know. I just think it's an entirely different conversation. And again, it's unbelievably tough to sit there and say Mookie Betts and Jarren Duran are both going to crush the Red Sox for years to come. It's just it's I don't know. It just feels like an entirely different conversation. I agree with that reboot. What kind of contract do you think Flaherty gets? I think Flaherty gets a solid deal, dude. The problem is we all sort of sat here and we're like, man, Montgomery's going to get money, Snell's going to get money, and they didn't. They got 1-2 year deals. So it's so like predicting contracts now has become really difficult because so many guys are doing that sort of 1-2 year thing. I would say he gets I would give Flaherty 4 years, dude. I think what he's shown this year has been really impressive. What scares me is the Yankees backing off on that trade because of his injury problems. Like I would be worried about what that means. Yeah, I was wrong about Durant's power. I will openly admit that. I will openly admit I was completely wrong about Durant's power, and I'm happy to say it, right? I was the guy who was like, nah, there's no way Durant's going to hit 20 home runs. What's he at now? I think there could be. Is he at 20 now? I don't even remember. Yeah, he's at 21 now. Yeah. If that's the type of Durant you're getting, if you're going to get a 20 home run guy, all of a sudden the conversation changes. No, yeah, CH. I'm not. I was totally wrong. I'm perfectly okay admitting that. I was totally wrong. Does Flaherty stay with the Dodgers? I don't know. I think the Dodgers go big again this offseason. I think they go and they get more. I mean, they can, right? I mean to be right, Grissom. Yeah, true. That was Boris, and that's fair. And I think a lot of fans are gonna say, "Oh, dude, come on." I think a lot of players are gonna say, I'm good on trying to wait out the market. I'm good on trying to, try and get the most money possible. I'm going to take the best deal for myself, and that's going to be that. Because I think this offseason, a lot of people weren't excited about, especially within baseball, like the players themselves weren't excited about what Boris did. Where'd it go, Kitty? Oh, Ethan's back. What's up, dude? Dodgers are getting Roki. Roki, I don't think will be posted this year. Robbie Hyde made a fantastic video about the possibility of Roki getting posted. It's really good. It doesn't sound like he's going to be. There we go, Chris. Chilling and checking in. Oh, thanks for checking in. Ugh. Bottom of the lemonade is all pulp. Dodgers will get Roki Sasaki. I have no doubt in my mind that's not even going to be a competition. It's just going to happen, which sucks a lot. But I mean, can you see? I could see it so easily. They deferred money on Teoscar. They deferred money on Shohei. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. Colluded upon by owners. Montgomery sort of just came out and said it was Boris. Like, he had deals on the table. Boris was just sort of like, no, you can get more. No, you can get more. And it ended up screwing him. I don't think it was really collusion. I think it was just sort of, we're going to give you what we give you. You either take it or you don't. And Boris is like, nah, they're going to budge. They're going to budge. They're going to budge. And they didn't. So is that collusion? I don't know. Or is that just good bargaining skills? Because then you look at what they did this season. Yeah, I agree, Robbie. I think it's going to be interesting how the next CBA goes. That'll definitely be another lockout. Slow winter without the Sox on the TV and Corbin. I'll still be here. We'll make a little bit less videos, but we're still going to be making a lot of videos, especially November, December. Those are the big months for us. Yeah, the Red Sox season's over. The Red Sox season, in my opinion, was over when they got swept by the Mets. I'm good, Pat. I'm good. I'm glad you're good as well. Yeah, I think what was I talking about? I think Montgomery would have had a better season had he had a full spring training, to be honest with you. But I agree with that, E. I think some of it is ultimately on him, right? If some of it has to be ultimately, you just couldn't get it done. Oh yeah, got swept by the Mets. Lost the series to the Blue Jays, the Tigers, and the Mets back to back to back. Known as untouchable for the right price. I think that's a good way to put it. Why do we have a good team potential? Why can't we have a bad team and win the World Series again? Boy, would that be great, huh? Please post on your birthday. Yeah, I'll post on your birthday. How big are the offseason bangers going to be? I got some stuff in the works. We'll see if it plays out. I don't want to promise anything because I've had big stuff in the works multiple times throughout this last year, and they just haven't worked out for we'll say various reasons. But I think we got some big things in the works. We'll see. We will see. Caitlin Clark. The Dodgers putting Caitlin Clark in the outfield might not be a bad idea. Does Ohtani pitch next season? Yeah, I think he does. Dream off season. I mean, the absolute dream off season for me. My dream off season would be the Red Sox go out and they sign Corbin Burns and Max Fried. They put Cutter Crawford in the bullpen. MLB allows you to play 10 players on a diamond at the same time. They can keep all of their prospects. I don't know, honestly. I have no idea what that would be. Those two guys would be the dream, right? I would love Soto. Even in a dream reality, it's not going to happen. All right, Ethan, I'll make it happen for you. Yeah, you can hold me accountable. I'll do it. I promise. 12-14, I got it. Mostly because as long as it's not the one day a week we don't make videos, I think we'll be all right. I also think part of the dream off season would be to extend Houck through his arbitration. So arbitration paid for, and then maybe 1 or 2 years post arbitration, and then extend Casas too. Yeah, the Dodgers pitching staff next season will be ridiculous. Durant double. I'm going to hold you to that, Jeremiah. You can hold me accountable. That sounds like a lot of fun, Mark. What is it? Roman Anthony hits 50 homers as a rookie. Yeah, that would be a dream off season. That'd be awesome. I can't believe Dean Kramer has come in here and the Red Sox have scored 2 runs, 1 unearned run off of Dean Kramer. This offense, man. Thank God the pitching staff has really turned it around this last couple of weeks. They've all been really solid recently, right? There have been some slip-ups. I mean, Houck hasn't looked fantastic lately, but I don't know, man. Like, you look at it in the starting pitching, Cutter's been good lately. Bayo's been fine lately. Fitz looked good. Criswell continues to look good. Pivetta's on a streak of like 4 in a row now. I mean, bad pitchers look good. It's always what happens. The offense only shows up against good pitching. Actually trained Casas. That's wild. Ohtani's the best player ever, most likely. If he can continue to do this, he may be the best baseball player ever. Now the game becomes, folks, can my iPad last 2 more innings? Can it do it? I don't know. We'll see. The big question is, can the Red Sox bullpen hold on to a lead for 2 innings? That's a big question. Yeah, the Red Sox have made every pitcher look good over the last couple of weeks. The only pitcher they really got to that was good was Crochet. They really got to Crochet. You're not, Ethan. You're not. I'll make a video on everybody's birthday. Everyone in here, tell me your birthday. I'll make a video on your birthday. There's so much cat. I need to stop wearing black shirts on stream, man. There's so many cat debris. Corbin's an iPad kid. I'm the biggest iPad kid of all time, dude. I'm always with my iPad. November 1st, got you. May 8th, absolutely. Yeah, Grissom hit 2 home runs. I'm still looking for an update on Christian Campbell. Oh, here it is. Chad Tracy said just a little tweak or muscle spasm in his shoulder blade for Christian Campbell. Not a big deal, but Campbell may get the day off tomorrow. All right, we're chilling. I was so nervous. Thank God. Oh, my phone's dying. Rip. 9/16. We will most likely have a video on 9/16. As long as they're not... If you're on a Saturday or Sunday. May not be entirely feasible. But if you're during a week, we definitely will. See you later, Ethan. Thanks a lot, Reboot. Thanks for watching. Chris Sale, Cy Young as soon as he leaves Boston. Yeah. I literally think I said Chris Sale's going to win a Cy Young in the video when they traded him. I'm pretty sure I said he's going to have a great year with Atlanta. But that doesn't mean the trade was a bad idea, if we're being honest. Can I do a predict video on 121? You're going to have to remind me. If you're looking for specific videos, that's going to be a little tough. I can almost guarantee a video because we do a video 6 days a week. But a specific video is going to be tough for me to remember. Yeah, I agree, Tracy. I just, like, people have said that was a crap trade. And it's understandable why people say that, but did Kyle Till decline a little? For 10 games, he didn't look good. His last 10 games, he looks just like the player he was in AA. Oh, my Slayton, dude. That ball was hammered. I was kind of excited for a win. I jinxed it by saying, can the Red Sox hold this? $1 million subscriber. If I get to 1 million subscribers by January 21st, I will give away a car. I will give away a full car. Cedon on second. Cedon looks good defensively anywhere. It's really impressive. How does the entire offense go cold? I don't know, dude. I really have no idea how that happens. I would love to tell you. I'd love to give you an answer. I don't know. The only thing I think of is hitting is contagious. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't have a least favorite World Series win, man. All of them are great. I would put this is going to make a lot of people mad. The only reason I would put I put 2004 at the bottom just because I don't really remember it. My favorite was 2018, but that's very specifically because I went to school with a bunch of New York fans, and so watching them all just get crushed in that one was fantastic. Then it would be 2013, then it would be 2007. But again, if I was alive for 2004, I was alive for 2004. If I was consciously remembering 2004, it would be 2004. That's the only reason it's at the bottom. So please don't get mad at me. The heck is this Jimmy John's thing? Jimmy John's sandwich, 8th inning. Okay. Yeah, I love Zach Kelly, dude, but man. Has not been great lately. I'd be shocked if they put him in this game though. I guess you go Kenley, right? What else do you do? Kenley for the 9th? Hope you can push it to extras, maybe? I don't know. Until 2025? Yeah. I've given up on this team until next year. Oh, yeah. Kenley's dealing with something. No, I have no faith in this offense. Next year, Nash, possibly with Roki Sasaki. I can look it up and see if there are any other guys. This will be something we are going to be doing a lot of this offseason is finding players. Beneath baseball players being posted 2025. Roki Sasaki, yeah. I'm trying to. Kona Takashi. Kona Takashi. Kaima Tiara. Terra. Hiroto Takashi. There's a couple of interesting pitchers. No, Roki's not eligible. Beast, once you sort of let them go, it feels good, man. It really does feel good. Takahashi. Sorry. I was combining them together. Takahashi. My apologies, everybody. I'm not great with names. I'm also not great at speaking foreign languages. I want to learn Spanish more than anything, and I just can't get there. I don't know what it's going to take. Couldn't afford Imanaga. That narrative's wrong. They actually offered him more money. Yeah, that a baby, Romy. There we go. Romy's such a solid bench bat. Also, is Nick Sogard still on the team? He is, right? Yeah, CH, it happened. See, I told you Kenley was coming in. No one believes me. It's almost like I talk about him every day. Oh, did he tweak something, Flaunty? Now you got me thinking. Makes it easy to practice, yeah. Yeah, see, I don't have many friends outside. I don't have many friends, so and the friends I do have do not speak Spanish, so if you'll notice, I'm always in this room right here. So it makes it a bit difficult to be around Spanish speaking people. Like the comments are different. Cora hates Selgard. Come on, dude. CH, what are we doing, dude? You've done nothing but talk trash on this team the entire time. Why would Cora hate Selgard? I mean, genuinely, right? What reason? Because he's not Kike Hernandez? That's your reason? Come on. Come on. Had a baby, Romy. Red Sox get Max Fried. They need an ace. That'd be great. That'd be exactly what I'd be looking for. And everyone but Corbin Burns has had a injury history, so it's tough to say, oh, you know, his injury history is concerning. Everyone's had an injury history. I just worry about guys like Crochet who are so young with such a big injury history, right? Like Jesus Luzardo scares me in the same way. What's the lives thing? What do you mean? Massa, I think Massa's done a perfectly good job of what he was supposed to be. I think people just built him up to be this like superstar athlete. He was, I mean, he was good in the WBC, but even in, you know, Japan, he was solid. He was never the best player in Japan. You know, I think for what he's been, a 435 slug, 780 OPS, I think that's really good. Definitely strikes out a bit, but like he's walking a bit less. He's striking out half the rate of an MLB average player. I don't know, man. I just like that's really valuable in my opinion. Shane Bieber is someone I think the Red Sox will take a look at. Shane Bieber is absolutely someone I think the Red Sox will take a look at. And honestly, I think they should, right? If he's going to be healthy for day one, why not? He was really good before he got shut down with an injury. Yeah, if the Dodgers got Massa, he'd probably be incredible. But also, if we lost Massa to, say, the Cubs or something, and he did what he's doing right now, people would be like, I can't believe the Red Sox couldn't post the money for this guy. You know what I mean? Like, it would just be... Like, people still bring up Seiya Suzuki, who's actually been really... I think he fell apart, but he was really good at one point this season. Let me see. Man, I really thought he got into that one. No, he's been good this year. Yeah, he's been solidly really good the last 2 years. 20 home runs, probably get 20 this season. 130 OPS plus this season, 129 last season. I wonder if the Red Sox... I'm really curious if the Red Sox look at this and what the players that they decide to sign, the players that decide not to sign. I wonder if I wonder if that's a big reason Chaim Bloom isn't here anymore. Because I love Story, and I think Story's going to be a good player if he can stay healthy. But he hasn't been able to stay healthy, right? In an offseason where you could have re-signed Bogarts, you could have signed a guy like Corey Seager. You could have gone after a guy like Trey Turner. And then you look at the Seiya thing, and it's like, you could have gotten Seiya Suzuki. It's just interesting to me. I wonder if that's something that sort of was the nail in the coffin for Chaim. I think ultimately the nail in the coffin for Chaim was not inability to make good trades, because I think he did make some really good trades. And Breslow's trade history so far with the Red Sox hasn't been fantastic. Again, 1 year it's tough to be like, this guy sucks at trading. You know what I mean? I wonder if it was the inability to really go after it. Cano's going to give up a hit here? Would love to see that. 1 week until I go see Country Post Malone. First country concert I've ever been to in my entire life. I'm really not a big country guy, so this will be an interesting experience for me. And of course, my girlfriend, my lovely girlfriend, her birthday is on the 21st. So if the Red Sox do make a thing of this, I will not be able to watch much of the Twins series, which will be interesting. But we make it work. Neil Diamond's the only concert? Interesting. Solid choice, but interesting. I've been to a few. I love concerts. I just don't go to enough of them. Been to AC/DC, Van Halen. I saw Grateful Dead. Post Malone. Lil Uzi. Migos. Who do I want the Red Sox to draft for? I have no idea, to be honest with you. How was that, Skylar? I'm not great with college or high school guys this far out. I'll look into them once it gets closer to the draft, but yeah, I just can't do that far out, Nash. Were they? Thought I was more of a hip hop person. I like hip hop. Definitely more of a rock and roll guy, though. Not sure the Red Sox would give up Duran or Casas. I just think trading Casas is so dumb. I think trading Duran is dumb too. But but I mean, ideally, you'd want to do someone who I think could give you a nice return value without crippling everything you've built. I don't know. Yeah, one pitch pop out, not great. So now it's up to partially injured Kenley to get the job done. We'll see how it goes, folks. Who did Valdez pinch hit for there? Cedon? Or Wong? Honestly, I'm taking Valdez has been a great pinch hitter, if we're being honest. Like, people saying why is Cora putting him in? It's because he's been really good at pinch hitting this year. Now, you want Valdez pinch hitting. Let me. I think we had a conversation about this. Defensive positions, batting order, bases occupied, clutch, leverage, opponent, game condition. Oh, I missed it. Okay, come on. Platoon. Okay. As a substitute, as a pinch hitter, he has a 385 batting average in 17 plate appearances with a 471 on base percentage and a 539 slug for a 1.009 OPS or a 210 OPS plus. He also has 6 RBIs and 2 doubles. That's the dude you want up in a pinch hit situation. Clutch situation. I mean, the clutch situation is going to be skewed because, well, one, Rob Refsnyder's really only great against lefties, and that was a hard throwing righty. And two, the leverage statistics are going to be skewed because this doesn't include pinch hit. Like it changes it. But I will say, high leverage situations for Emmanuel Valdez this year. 31 plate appearances, hitting 280 with a 300 on base percentage, a 560 slug for a 136 OPS plus. 4 doubles, a home run, and 13 RBIs. He's been pretty good in clutch situations. So it's Danny Jansen behind the dish now. Danny's another guy, man. He started off so hot and it's just totally falling apart. See, I don't love that. When Kenley throws it that high in the zone, it makes me think he's got an issue. Like, yeah, that makes me worried. When he's throwing sliders up in the zone, God, Kenley blows this here. Chris Martin closer? No, it'll be Liam Hendricks. They're thinking about shutting Liam Hendricks down, which is interesting. No way. Nice catch, Duran. Beautifully done. Where's Hendricks? He's still rehabbing, but he hit a snag, and Alex Cora today was like, look, dude, he's running out of time. I think they're going to shut him down. That was just a fantastic catch. Predictable Jansen? I mean, looking at his career statistics, not really, right? Career-wise, he was always an above-average hitter. When is Hamilton back? 2025, maybe, if he's not traded this offseason. Honestly, if they lose this game, yeah, the bullpen stinks it up, but this is what? Like 7 of the last 10, the Red Sox couldn't score more than 3 runs. Like at the end of the day, I think this all falls on the offense, but we've known that. Again, they lose this series, chat. We are not making a video about it. We're just going to ignore the series, and we're going to be talking about anything else. We do need a win. Did we win last week? Yeah, we did win last week. We were against the Blue Jays last week. That was one of the 2 games they won. That I cannot predict, Nash. I have no idea, man. I would love to tell you, like, my gut's telling me they have to spend. My gut said that last year too, and they didn't. So I don't know. Nice pitch, Kenley. God, my back is killing me. This new kitten's killing me, chat. I don't know if I can do this anymore. Drive me nuts. Look at the bags under my eyes. Most of that's from the Red Sox, but it's also from this kitten. Come on, Kenley. All right, there's one. Get the second one, Romy. All right, let's see a walk-off, shall we? Saving a kitty? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was a stray litter in St. Thomas was shipped up here. We're now officially spenders. Someone tell Henry. All right, I'll get him on the phone for you guys, and then we'll figure it out from there. Sound good? Yeah, so the cow was originally from he got rescued in St. Thomas from like a stray litter and then was sent up to Massachusetts because they couldn't get him adopted in St. Thomas. Yeah, the island, yeah. Yep. My cat flew commercial, which is objectively hilarious. Like they had to disclose, hey, he traveled commercial. Why? Wish Henry would listen to me. You know, some days I think that. Other days I'm like, thank God the Red Sox don't listen to me. Please don't listen to me. Please. Because I say some dumb things sometimes. Yeah, I did, Alex. I think at this point we're making like that guy on the third base from the Orioles hit one on a bad day. You know what I mean? I don't know. Corbin for GM? Please, God, no. Yeah, you should probably tell your friend to do that. Just have him be like, hey, man, spend some money on the Red Sox, please. Thank you. Sir Anthony Dominguez. They hit well off of him he was in there last night, right? The Red Sox did not do well from what I remember. But this guy doesn't have a fantastic record. This would be a great moment for Costas to really pull up. Oh, yeah, Ruse. I'm nervous all the time. That a baby, Tristan. That was a rope. That was an absolute rope. That felt good to see. He's been hitting, when he's hitting the ball, he's hitting it well. It's still just that timing, man. He always feels like he's one step behind. Oh, there's Nick Sogard. We found him, chat. We found Nick so good. Oh, this would be a big moment for Story. This would be a big moment for Tristan. I'm sorry, for Trevor. Hey. Clip comes in and Clip's the walk-off magic we've been looking for. 19 months, man. Thank you so much. That's crazy. We're 5 months away from you guys being members. You and Mike also re-up tonight. We're being here for 2 full years of membership. I really appreciate it. How tall is Casas? He's got to be 6'4", 6'5". He's a tall dude. Misty, have you been there the whole time? Yeah, Casas will be fine. I'm not really worried about it. I'm just annoyed with it, to be honest with you. Big moment, Trev. Come on, baby. You know, good luck, cat. Good Lord, was that a terrible pitch. That was the pitch to run on. Come here, good luck, kitty. Come here. Come here. All right. Come here, buddy. No. Yeah, there you go. All right. If Cedon Rafaela walks this off, this cat's going to have to watch every game with us for next year. She's not going to be happy about it, but she's going to be watching every game. Yeah, we got the rally cat in the building tonight. Feel bad just talking straight. Yeah, she's annoyed with my talking straight in my ear. Here you go. No, you can't leave, Rally Cat. See what happens? You leave, and all of a sudden, he's swinging at pitches outside the zone, dude. Come on. Get your head out of your ass. We got a game to win, Cat. All right, oh, no, wait. That's not the second one. Nick Sogart's got to take off at some point here. Rutschman's been all right. Has he been good behind the dish? Honestly, I don't even remember. I can't believe Cedon Rafaela just made contact with that. He's got to stop swinging at those. That's got to be the big thing for Cedon coming in at 24 or 25, man. He's got to get cut those chase races down. It's just simply what he's got to do. If Cedon Rafaela chased less, this dude would be such a good player. Oh, please walk this off. I have 5% battery. My phone's dead. This is worst case scenario. I'm gonna have to watch on game day on my computer, which will be really interesting because then you guys are gonna have to tell me what's going on. Hey, appreciate it, Rich. Thanks so much for stopping by, man. And thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to me. Come on, Cedon. Do something crazy here, huh? This is the guy I want up in a big situation, though. He only gets hits in big situations, so let's see. Oh, there we go. Get the runner to scoring position. Beautiful. 1 out. We got Jaren Duran up next. Riley Cat Nightbot, best battery in baseball. Dude, that battery goes toe to toe with Mookie, Ohtani, goes toe to toe with Soto and Judge. Nice take, Saydon. Get on base for Rafi, dude. Rafi deserves a big moment. He's been going through it. Ugh. It's that outside slider, dude. You just cannot lay off of it. You just can't do it. It's not in his DNA. He's got to figure it out. All right, Duran with a chance to walk it off. I like this. Against Sir Anthony Dominguez. Also, kind of a sweet name. Sir is just immediately at the beginning of your name. That's kind of sick. If we win, are we still qualified for the wild card? No, we're 4 games out of the wild card. Think we signed Duran to a huge contract? I do not. No. Mostly because he's under contract until he's 33 years old. So they aren't really in any rush to get him into a contract year. Yeah, you essentially need the Twins to eat it, basically. Yeah, kind of, NJ. All right, well, looks like we are watching this game on... looks like we're watching this game on basically game time or game day from here on out. I'm just going to pull it up because I suppose I could pull it up on here and see what happens. I can't imagine, unless you guys want me to do this without a camera. Because I think I can. Let's see how badly this crashes my computer. Oh, dude, this is so far behind everything. Can you guys still hear me okay? I have the newest Mac, and it just like, I don't know. You know what it is? It's the RAM. Okay, you guys can still hear me okay? All right. Then we are going to be watching the game for the rest of the time on here. And if anything starts dropping, let me know. And I will just go to game day. But I'm also now super far behind. Yeah, Rafael Zai is absolutely brutal. Beat the Seahawks this weekend. You know, I'm not giving up on the Patriots. Yeah, Rafaela should see nothing but balls the rest of his season. If I'm a pitcher, I'm not throwing him a damn thing. What up, Pac-Man? Oh wait, we gotta change the. Do I not have a charger? Well, the thing is, I do have a charger, but it is plugged into my camera right now to get my camera to work. And so if I were to unplug that and start charging my iPad, then you guys wouldn't be able to see this pretty face. Do I think we keep him? Rich, honestly, I don't. It just depends on how he ages. To be honest with you. Right? Because there's a chance that he does not age well. You guys can't hear the game, right? I'm not an idiot. No. But I do think I can. Story swings at that? Yeah, Story does swing at that too. Oh, here comes Greg Weiser, baby. It would be objectively funny if FSG bought the Celtics. It would be objectively funny. Yeah, it's pretty constant suffering, actually. Jackson Holiday is going to be a big moment, don't they? Don't find that funny? I mean, objectively, it's a little bit funny. We need a prayer. I don't think I can prayer. Red Sox have a shot anymore? No. They have like a 5%. Everything would have to go right for the Red Sox from here on out. Like literally everything would have to do perfectly well. They'd also have to go on a 6-game win streak. And I honestly don't know right now if they're capable of doing that. Yeah, Story and Romy actually look pretty good together. I also like Sedan and Story a lot, though. Sedan wasn't. It would be objectively funny if the Netflix crew came back and they just went on a massive win streak again. Well, that sucks. What a way to go down. Oh my God, dude. You got to be kidding me. I mean, that's just brutal. What's up, Kevin? How you doing, my friend? We are in inning 10, and this is now 3-2. Didn't take long. No, it didn't. Pretty late today's stream. It's all good, my friend. Hey, listen, there's a lot more important things in life than coming to a Red Sea Radio live stream, so I completely understand you missing it. Infield is no range. I mean, dude, you're not going to get to every single baseball. Love the live streams. I love doing the live streams too. I'm just saying. Pitching to Santander. That was not Santander, Ryan. Oh, 8th inning? Yeah, that wasn't great. That wasn't great. But also at the same time, too, you can't blame Cora for Justin Slayton leaving a prime fastball, dead middle cut, lower part of the zone, right? Any slugger's going to crush that. Let's see Rafi have a big moment here, huh? We haven't seen Rafi have a big moment. What, since he walked off? God, I don't even remember who he walked off. The Mariners, maybe? Was it the Mariners? It had to have been the Mariners. Since we were excited, yeah, I guess that's true. losing OT. Yeah, I think, the offense should have been able to do something there. The offense should have been able to do something all game. Like, yeah, you can point to the Anthony Santander debacle, but at the same time, too, man, you were facing Dean Kramer and you scored a run. The other one was a gift. Yes, they absolutely. There's no max contracts in baseball. You can pay someone as much as you want. You can spend as much as you want. There's just luxury taxes, and you can blow past those. You can do whatever you want. Are they going to? I don't know, dude. Right? That's sort of like asking. Oh wait, I do have a charger. I'm so dumb. Oh my god, we have. Never mind. It's not charging. Sick. Ladies and gentlemen, we have power. I'm just an idiot. The worst pitcher in history, Ryan. Come on, dude. How did Cody Bellinger do this year? I honestly don't know. I think he's been quietly fine. He just hasn't been great. Oh. Atta baby Jackson. Thank you. Yeah, Cody Bellinger's been fine. 110 OPS plus, 16 homers. He just hasn't been fantastic. And that's not your fault, Dennis. It's tough to keep up on everybody. Three-run walk-off from Tyler O'Neill. Tyler hasn't done one in a while, has he? He had one earlier this year, I think. If I'm being honest, this is the most obvious. This is the most obvious double play of all time. You can just smell that double play, can you? How's the weather in Boston in October, November? It's actually fantastic. It's like mid 50s, usually never humid. It's a bit windy, but it is October is like the best time of year to be in Boston, man. I love October in Boston. City's alive again. The college kids are back. There's football going on. If the Red Sox make the postseason, it's incredible. I love Boston and I love New England in October. Can we shut down Rafael already? Yeah, at some point. I think you lose this game. I think you shut him down, in my opinion. Cold weather, yeah. It's not like crazy cold either. I would come probably more October. Oh my God, Tyler O'Neill. Wow, Tyler O'Neill. He did it. Let's go. Let's go. What a clutch home run. Oh my God. Rich, you did call it, dude. We got to do it. Tyler O'Neill. Oh my God, man. Wow. What was that? 5-3? Beautiful. Beautiful. Season not over? I can't believe that just happened. Needed that. Do I believe in miracles? I guess I do now. That was wow. Fair play in the Red Sox. For a while it was Kevin Youkilis. But if I'm being honest, the booth is changing my opinion, which sucks. Josh Beckett, John Lester, those are two guys that are up there. I mean, great vibes. Great vibes. Baseball gods of Fenway. Winning the World Series, I'm in. The cat may have to be at every live stream, chat. Yeah, I saw James Paxton's retiring. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do a video on the. Do you guys want me to do a video on the series, or do you want me to do like news video? I don't know. I have no idea. What do you guys want me to do? Where's Scoops? Scoops, I think, is in timeout. First walk off on stream? No. That's Pedroia. That's a good one. Yeah, the Rafaela one we saw. Maybe we do 2 videos. I don't know. I don't have time tomorrow to do 2 videos, unfortunately. I'd love to do 2 videos. Comeback kids are back. Player interviews would be sick. I got a whole playlist on my channel, Rich, of player interviews. Yeah, O'Neal does either strike out or home run or hit a home run. Top 3 moments this year, it's probably up there. Rally Cat gets the game ball. Yeah, I think Rally Cat deserves the game ball. O'Neal's arm workout breakdown. All right, chat. We're calling it a night. I'm just watching it again and again, man. I'm having fun. I'm having fun watching the Sox team, baby. I'm having fun watching the Sox team. They might not win anything, but they are fun to watch. I'll tell you what. They're fun to watch. Either way, guys, thank you for being here tonight. Red Sox, 5% chance of making the playoffs. You still hung out with me for over 3 hours, so I got to appreciate that every time. Special thank you to Beast and Mr. Matt, as always, for your donations. I really appreciate you. Everyone returning as new members, old members, I appreciate you as well. If you're new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We do this once a week, and we talk Red Sox every other day. Basically 7 days a week, brother. Thank you all very much for being here. Hey, Sox got a good win. Sox got a good win. And I will see you all in the red seats.